Hello, David Moore, Equity Advantage, IRA Advantage, and I once again have Jonathan Frizzell at CBRE Cost Seg out of Seattle. And we are covering Cost Seg today, something that's probably outside the box for a lot of our viewers. And I guess I want to say something real quick just before we get into this last segment here. If you have questions on certain issues that you think are important to somebody in the real estate world, please reach out to us. We'll give us a suggestion if you've got an idea for an Ask the Expert segment, and we'll do our best to address any of those items that we feel is really of interest to the real estate investment community. So thank you for signing on to our channel and paying attention to us today, and we're going to answer a few more questions and then set you free on down the road. How's that sound, Jonathan?
Sounds great, David.
All right. So, like me, you're dealing with tax stuff, and I always jokingly say about tax law. It's nothing's black and white. It's all gray. Rarely something where we can or can't do something. It's how we're going to get it done. So, with that said, have you had clients audited, and what kind of response has occurred if they have been, or what actually flagged the audit? If it was it the Cost Seg? Do you see Cost Seg as an audit trigger? I guess is what I should say.
The answer is absolutely not. There is an unsafe belief out there that a Cost Seg study with a catch-up study, in a 3115 IRS form, and that's going to trigger an audit. In my 12 and a half years, almost 13 years of service and hundreds of studies personally have delivered, we have never been audited. Now, I have known of clients that have been audited that have had a Cost Seg study, but it was never because of the Cost Seg study. It was something else in their business or their personal tax return.
Got it.
So it becomes inadvertently. And it's important to note that if you have a high quality Cost Seg provider that will defend it to the bitter end, there should be no problem at all whatsoever. But
so deal with a professional.
Deal with a professional. That's correct.
And not somebody that does it as a side business. It's complicated stuff.
Yeah, you don't want anybody working in their. You don't want anybody working in their kitchen. That's for sure. So
that's funny. So if you were unfortunate, nobody likes to be audited. I'm sorry, service. Nobody likes it. It's like going to the dentist. Okay, sorry, Dad. It's just one of those things where I remember going to Dad's office. He had these little plastic or metal rings for the kids to here you're gonna do this, and you got a cavity, but here's this ring. Anyway, but a free bowl of soup. Anyway, the idea is so if it happens, how defendable has it been for you? If somebody is audited, is this something that the service is all in on, and
Well, it's important
what should somebody expect?
Well, first of all, it's an unlikely event that they are going to be audited. We're looking at anywhere from 1.5% of anybody that's had a Cost Seg study performed on a commercial property has been audited.
But the reason for the audit, that's not the trigger.
Yeah, it's not the trigger. It's never the study. Always meaning 99.9% of the time it's something else in their file. And then they happen to see that there has been a Cost Seg study been performed on that property. But to my knowledge, and I say this with certainty, I've never been audited in any of the studies that I've delivered. And anybody that I've worked with, the actual engineers, they've all won. They've all won.
So people,
regardless of what company I'm working with.
Yeah. So you mentioned that one of your coworkers you were discussing, and they had somebody audited.
Yeah, and he and even we usually give about 40 hours at no cost. If we have to travel, there might be a charge on that, but we try to give a minimum of 40 hours. I can sweeten it by doubling it. 40 hours is plenty.
So 40 hours.
40 hours
defense?
of defense, audit support on that. We can certainly double that. We were going after a large.
But you just don't have to do it very often.
I didn't have to do it at all. Like I said, I've delivered several hundreds of studies, and I have not. I know my clients personally. I would know about it.
Sure,
they have not been audited, and again. Audits are usually because of something else in the file, not because of the Cost Seg study.
And I interrupted you. You started to talk about a study you were just doing, I think.
Gosh, I can't even recall that what that was about. We can move on to the next question.
All right.
No problem, David.
Next question. Basically, next question is really a comment, I think. It's just do good work, right? I mean, it's like, if you apply Jim Rome to it, have a take, don't suck.
Right. Well, it's important that the project manager and the engineer, and I've been trained over the years to do them, do the on-sites or OSRs, on-site reviews on the building. It's not right now. It's not a great use of my time, but I learned a lot. But it's important that the project manager, the engineer that does the on-site on the subject property, takes the time out to really go ahead and document the improvements. And when you get into retail and office, you want to treat each suite as a separate unit of property. You don't want a broad stroke and try to cut corners and get done. You want to go in right to come out right. So it's very important that your project manager engineer, when they do the on-site, that they actually do visit every suite, occupied or unoccupied. And that's where the value is. It's amazing among retail and office buildings. The truth of the matter is not all suites and units are created equal. They're all different. And that's where the value is. And then when they bring back the pictures and all the documentation, that's the second part of where the good work starts and ends.
Great. So before I let you go,
yes.
I want you to look at the camera, and I want to tell people how they can reach you, and is it fine if they've got questions for them to reach out to you, or what's the best way to contact Jonathan with questions that our viewers may have on?
Well, they can contact me anytime, anywhere, 7 days a week, either by my direct phone number, which is area code 206-399-7769. That's 206-399-7769. And my email address is jonathan.frizzell at CBRE.com. And again, that's JONATHAN.FRI, zebra, that's 2 Z's, E is in Eduardo, LL at CBRE.com.
Well, thank you, Jonathan, for joining us today. Thank you, audience, for joining us for another Ask the Experts, this time on Cost Seg. If you've got questions or suggestions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Look forward to speaking with all of you, and thank you.
Thanks, David.
Take care.